Hi. Today we're going to read Jeffrey Epstein's chart. Too close? Nope, you heard me. Jeffrey Epstein. So I've gotten some questions about what is this human design and how does it work? The best way for me to do this is just to honestly show you. So we're going to look at his chart together today. I'm going to explain that actually there is no way to see if you're a pedophile on your chart, FYI. It is all just data that we're going to take in today. You can't see if someone is mentally ill or if they're going to be evil. This is just his energy, and we know what he did with his energy, so we've got to put all that together. So let's do it. Note, Jeffrey is a 4-1. That's a fixed fate profile. And once again, I'm going to say this, and I really need to take it to heart. There's no pedophile area on a human design chart. My grandma was a 4-1. And what it means is that they don't have the ability to bend or to change their life's trajectory. Clearly, Jeffrey shows us this. He proved that quite well, I think, to all of us. But remember, it's just how he lived his life. It doesn't mean that if you are one of the rare 4-1 types in the world, doesn't mean it's anything connected to you. For example, I found out last night when I got this idea that I share his birthday. Yeah, it's true. January 20th. Clearly, it was a different year. I hope you guys can tell that. So once again, this is Jeffrey's chart. We're talking about him and him only. So if you know your chart already, do not connect dots that should not be connected. All right, let's get to it. Jeffrey Epstein is a generator, and he is completely open emotionally, okay? So that means that he amplifies other people's emotions, good or bad, about 10 times. Also, what's very interesting about his chart is how defined it is. He's got so much color in his chart, and I'll show you that now. So as we look at it, you can see all those pretty filled in boxes. That means he's a broadcaster, okay? This man's, you feel him when he comes into a room, and for good or bad, he used that to his advantage. But he's got a problem, and his problem is that he is a triple split. So with all that definition, it means that inside his energy has 3 distinct areas, okay? So those areas are not connected. He is a triple split. So that means he needs other people, desperately, quite honestly, to feel normal, if that's a word we can use with Jeffrey. So he will crave groups of fresh energy, auras, if you would like to think of it that way. He could have just gone to a baseball game and sat in the crowd and connected his triple split that way. But he had his own way of doing it, which is not a good way. Jeffrey didn't see people. He saw assets or threats, right? Wow. Okay. So here he's got this incarnation cross, which is about how he's here to limit and control. He's got the means somehow magically through his opportunities that he, his friends, his billionaire friends who got seduced into his web. Jeffrey didn't have an ego. He also didn't have a heart. So in human design, the ego and the heart, they are the same thing. And most people on Earth here, we have undefined egos or undefined hearts. I am a rare type where I have definition in that area, so I have an ego. So what that means for Jeffrey is that he was a bottomless pit. Okay, he was never going to be enough or have enough or do enough, icky, icky to think about that one. But when you got that bottomless pit energy, it just, and we know his drug of choice was young women, vulnerable, often poor young women, vulnerable to his energy, vulnerable to all the power he has, defined sacral, defined root, defined throat, defined mind or brain, or however you want to say it, head and the ajna. So the man was broadcasting all this, and then he has his sacral power. That's his engine to just keep going. Go buy another house, get another victim, go to a party. He was kind of a strange dude. He didn't even dress up for the parties because he didn't care if he looked like everyone else. He just was there to hunt or to get the vampire energy that he was requiring, because that's how he decided to take care of his triple split. But that ego being completely open, that means it is definitely a thing to notice in this chart, along with that completely open solar plexus. It's just an interesting configuration. I haven't seen it yet. If people, I've got two completely open areas in my chart. They are the head and the solar plexus. So in one way, I kind of understand, I amplify people's emotions. So Jeffrey would make somebody feel not just good, he'd make them feel amazing, or he'd make them feel like the worst, or oh my, and that is how it works energetically for him to have that area open. Definitely caused so much chaos, and I believe that's this weird combination here. Also that nature and nurture thing that we can't really know exactly. Once again, thank you so much for being curious about my new business, the Human Design Empire, where I'm going to teach you how to be sovereign and use your energy as power. Learn how to rest and refine and succeed and flourish in the future. So thank you so much for watching today, and can't wait to see you next time. And don't forget, book now. Only one session a day.